How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and today we're going to be talking about SOS. They had some news that came out today, and also as well, we're going to talk about a lot of the volatility, what we saw in the market today. As many of you know, or maybe you're just hearing about it from watching this video, Bitcoin did not have a great day today. So just be aware, there's going to be a lot of volatility, and there's going to be a lot of uncertainty. So I'm just hoping that you guys were able to look at the market, see what was happening, and not panic or not say, hey, well, you know what, I'm gonna sell out at a loss. Because here on this channel, we don't do that, all right? I also want to put out the disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. So when you do invest, just know that you're doing it at your own risk. Let's get into the videos. All right, so we're gonna be getting into the technical analysis on SOS. We ended up being down 1.17% on the day. But again, if you were paying attention and you were seeing what was happening with Bitcoin, hey, I am not complaining about this. I do not feel any sort of way about it because, again, like I told you guys, I got a really good average cost, and also as well, depending on what happens tomorrow, I think I might add a little bit more as well. But let's just get into what's going on right now. So yesterday, as you can see, we ended up closing after hours at around $8. But then today, this morning at 4, we ended up gapping up. We literally gapped up to $8.58 and then hitting the pre-market high at $9.45 at 4:47. By the look of what you guys see in front of you right now and the amount of videos I've done on this, what's happening here? What happened in pre-market? This was a resistance area, right? It never got past that $9.45, as you could see from the chart, right? One of the things that I want to also show you guys as well is that as far as consolidation and support levels, we did see here right around $8 and the 67 cents range was that support that we held. So even the area of the gap up around 860, we can even call it that. So as you can see here, we moved up here, tested it here, moved back up. Tested it almost over here as well. Same $8.60 range. Back up, right? If we look here, $8.73. But again, this did not stay there for a long time. That's why the line is very, very thin, and you don't see much. You don't see much price action going on here, or many candles and so forth. So we notice it starts going down as we get into the open. But again, this is what was happening with Bitcoin as well. All right, so this is nothing strange. It's very, very similar to how Bitcoin moves. I want to really emphasize that. So this is going to come with a lot of volatility. All right, so now let's move forward. So as you can see here, as soon as when we open up, we end up getting down to this low in the first hour of the market, around $7.80. But now I want you to pay attention to this range. We actually did a really good job staying above it. Right? Because let's take a look at how we were the day before. We look at the day before, we literally had a low of $6.32. And then the low of the day that we had here was $7.30. So we actually did not end up doing that bad at all. Ended up even keeping some strong support. Now, that's what I wanted to show you guys, that, hey, you know what? We did not have that low for today. And that's something that we need to take into consideration, right? So now we could see here that we had a support level around $7.80 here, right? As you can see, the consolidation, look how many times we've been to this area. So as we can see, as the day goes on, and you know what? Bitcoin, again, had a rough day. We could see all these downward movements. But one thing we do notice, that it did keep up some support even here, like I showed, around $7.61, right? So it didn't drop below this particular area until around 3:30, which is near the end of the day, which we know why, because again, it's the amount of trading that is going on. In regards to overall volume, we did not have a ton of volume today, actually. We actually ended up having like about 56 million in volume. So as you can see here, we ended up just literally getting to a low of the day at $7.30. But what happens? We recover very quickly from there, and we end up closing, as you can see here, right at that $7 And let's just call it $7.60. Yeah, $7.60. And here's what happened. So I literally saw it because I was watching Bitcoin. Started going down a bit. And also we got to take into consideration there's a lot of selling going on as well. And also SOS is one of those stocks that are heavily shorted. So as you can see here, we ended up getting down to a low here of $6.52. This is actually a perfect area if you're able to catch this, if you were thinking about adding to your position. All right, because we saw the day before it got to that low of $6.32, right? Didn't stay there that long, but we have a area here of $6.60. So when you see something like that, then you know, hey, that's not a bad place, whether you want to dollar cost average down or you want to add to your position or you were thinking about it and so forth. Now, as we look here, we see it's around $7.15 currently. This video is being recorded at 5:24 p.m. Like I said, if we see Bitcoin starting to revive itself and come back, which it will, because I'm very, very bullish on Bitcoin, then we could see SOS going back to reaching those highs where it was previously. We got to understand and know if Bitcoin pulls back, then this stock is going to pull back as well, all right? Just understand that, know that, and you'll be able to stomach the volatility that comes with it. As far as for the day, as you can see, that resistance area we had here, we tested it once over here and then twice over here around $8.37, right? If you notice, we ended up hitting, again, didn't spend a lot of time here at $8.69, but we could hypothetically say that it stayed in this area for a little bit at $8.59 here, right? That $8.67, like we talked about, is very hard to catch that particular area. So as you can see, that was literally the resistance level. We definitely needed to see it test 853 in order to see a move to the upside to around the 870s and the 880s and so forth. But that didn't happen, right? But the good thing is we were able to hold it down over here at $8.36. And hey, that was the resistance level for the rest of the day. We're never able to get back there. I'm definitely still bullish on it. I'm going to go back and show you guys something very, very quickly here. So as you can see yesterday, right, looks like we closed around $7.69. So when we look at how we finished today at $7.58, right? So again, we weren't down that much at all, but when we see things like, hey, $9.45, and we're seeing, hey, that move came with when we saw how Bitcoin moved and stuff like that, you should not be nervous at all right? And if you ever see this stock in the $6 range, it's definitely one of those places to think about adding, right? So as far as for tomorrow, it's all going to be heavily dependent on how Bitcoin does, to be honest with you guys. So I would definitely love to see a move or a gap up to around 7.5. That would be great. Around 7.5 to around 7.6, so $7.61. That would be great. If we do end up getting a gap down, hey, it will be in that $60. It'll be in that $6 range. And hey, I'm going to be looking maybe to add a little bit more. But if it looks like it's still going downwards and Bitcoin is still struggling, if I can catch anything in the 5s or possibly the 4s, just know that I'm going to be adding to my position, all right? I also wanted to show you guys quickly, also by looking at the chart, we literally stayed around that VWAP area up until around 12, right? And then we just started coasting underneath it. We ended up testing it and getting above it. This is another reason why VWAP is so important, because with a lot of traders, whenever they see this, where the stock ends up making a move or it's getting to VWAP or it's pushing above, then you get a bit of momentum. That's why if we see VWAP here of where the line is, right here, eh? Look at this move. 20 cents, right? Nearly a 20-cent move just there alone because it became above VWAP. So that's something to take into consideration. And as you see this, I wanted to show you guys quickly. If you notice this, you'll notice this with a lot of stocks. When they test it and then it goes back down below, look at the time. So around here, it's around 2:20. Definitely going to be seeing some downward movements and you're going to be seeing a lot of sell-offs. All right. So for anyone who's in this play, hey, I'm still bullish on it. And that's my stand. All right, so here's the latest news for SOS that came out today at 8:30. SOS announces the receipt of the second batch of 5,000 pieces of crypto mining rigs. This is good news. So SOS announced today that the receipt of the second batch of 5,000 PCS of crypto mining rigs. On the same date, the second batch of 5,000 PCs of mining rigs were received. The SOS team kicked off the configurations and installations, which are expected to be completed very soon. Once this batch of mining rigs go live, we expect a pool of 5,000 PCs will be able to generate about Bitcoin hash power 175 P and Ethereum hash power 350G. If the machine operates as expected, the long-term return on investment is projected to be promising despite recent pullbacks of cryptocurrency prices. Mr. Yang Dang Wang, chairman of SOS, commented, "Although the cryptocurrency prices such as Bitcoin prices might continue to fluctuate, we believe that the big general trend for and cycle of cryptocurrencies are still upward, as institutional investors have been becoming one significant driving force behind cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum, which will be utilized as a hedge against ongoing quantitative easing of sovereign currencies. Therefore, we remain committed to be very confident about our long-term strategic investment in cryptocurrency operations." So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. So my final thoughts, I am not concerned at all. I already knew when I was getting into this play, there was going to be a lot of volatility. What am I doing? Of course, I'm going to be adding on those dips, especially when they're below my cost average, all right? So whenever I see that $6 range, hey, possibly we see that $5 range, you already know what I'm doing because I know Bitcoin will move to the upside. I know that was kind of corny, but like I said, I'm one of those people that believes that Bitcoin will see 100K this year, so that's why I'm not concerned at all. I know this stock will move with it, all right? So that gives you guys pretty much my final thoughts on it. I know many of you were asking me about it throughout the day as well when you're looking at the prices and seeing the action that was going on. Hey, I'm not sweating it at all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be talking to you real soon, and stay tuned for the next one afterwards.